level design a key building block of game development. But there's still not a lot of discussion out there about how best to design levels for more casual games, which is especially true for King Saga games. That's why King's Jeremy King took the stage at DD Europe 2016 to deliver a rare look at how King Candy Crush Saga goes about designing levels for its various free-to-play mobile games. His talk focused on the design process used when creating hundreds of levels for a brand new King Saga game, with a specific focus on 4TS, theory, thought, tools and testing. He also touched on design considerations, how level design principles are applied, the workflow for creating levels at King, tools King uses, and how data drives the tweaking and balancing of levels in THIRSHAGAMES. It was a rare look inside a F2P casual game giant's level design process. And now you can watch it completely free via the official DD YouTube channel. In addition to this presentation, THEGDC Vault and its accompanying YouTube channel offers numerous other free videos, audio recordings, and slides from many of the recent game developers conference events. And the service offers even more members-only content for DD Vault subscribers. Those who purchased all-access passes to recent events, like DD Vault, already have full access to DD Vault, and interested parties can apply for the individual subscription via DD Vault subscription page. Group subscriptions are also available. Game-related schools and development studios who sign up for DD Vault Studio subscriptions can receive access for their entire office accompanied by contacting staff via THEGDC Vault Group subscription page. Finally, current subscribers with access issues can contact DD Vault technical support. Gamasutra and DD are sibling organizations under parent company Informa, Cities, Skylines, Stellaris, and Surviving Mars developer Paradox Interactive has purchased Prison Architect from Introversion Software for an undisclosed fee. Paradox will specifically acquire all the rights and assets to the Prison building and management sim, which has sold over 2 million copies across PC and consoles, and will take ownership of the franchise on all current and future platforms. In short, that means Paradox will be able to steer the direction and development of the series moving forward, and the company is keen to explore opportunities with the wider Architect property in the future. Introversion co-founder Mark Morris said the team ultimately chose to let another studio have a crack at the franchise, after taking it as far as it could over the past decade. Prison Architect thus be an intensely rewarding project for us, commented Morris. Every developer loves seeing their creations come to life. But through early access, launch on multiple platforms, and over a dozen post-launch content updates, we have been building and managing this building and management game for nearly a decade. I think we have taken Prison Architect just about as far as we can, and we are all eager to see where a team like Paradox can take it next. This also gives Introversion the chance to work on what we have got coming up next. As of December, a new Japanese legal amendment has made it illegal to resell digital game keys without explicit consent from software makers. The new set of rules are part of a revision to the Unfair Competition Prevention Act, which now recognizes data, information recorded in electromagnetic record, as a target for protection by law. While e-reselling has been somewhat of a gray area in the industry, it looks as though this revision will have more of an impact on models, since it specifically targets distribution of more tools and services. For example, CyberGadget's PlayStation file save editor is now discontinued on the official site, although it still seems to be available through other retailers. However, it's likely that sites that resell keys for discounts or facilitate reselling between individuals will now be affected too. While the official information on the new amendments is currently only available in Japanese, different translations of the three acts have now been banned, including, according to the translated information, punishments range from civil measures, such as claims for damages, to criminal penalties, including fines of up to $5,086,000
USD,
up to at least 5 years in prison. Both. China announced that it approved dated new game releases in late December, signaling the first wave of media authorized by the Online Games Ethics Committee. However, the list of approved titles does not seem to include any releases from Chinese tech giant Tencent. This report comes a few weeks after Chinese regulators began reviewing games submitted under license consideration in China, moving forward to the licensing freeze that had halted game approvals for the majority of 2018. As reported by Reuters, these approved titles, listed on the website of the State Administration of Press, Publication, Radio, Film and Television, did not include games from industrial leader Tencent. The freeze has negatively impacted the company, and despite mobile revenue on the rise, the company has lost more than $200 billion of its overall value. Tencent began testing facial recognition to verify player identities, and even restrict playtime in an attempt to appease the Online Games Ethics Committee, which was created to address concerns from Chinese officials who fear that video games are sparking addiction and impacting the productivity of the country's youth. Regulators have also prevented Tencent from monetizing popular games that were already on the market in China, including Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds. Dirty Bomb is going free to play, in the most literal interpretation of the term. After an update next week, all monetization will be patched out of the game, following last month's announcement that the dev team is winding down live support for the game. It's both a nice gesture and a neat way for the developer to thank Dirty Bomb's players for supporting the game through the years. Even though the team will not be making any new content for the game from here on out, developer Splash Damage announced last year that it was planning to end development of new Dirty Bomb content due to diminishing returns, and offer refunds to players that had purchased Merc Pack DLC, since it was not going to be releasing any more characters in the future. While Splash Damage does not plan to make more characters or content for the game, it does plan for Dirty Bomb to remain online and playable for as long as a meaningful number of players still logged into play. Now, as a thank you to the players that have stuck with the game throughout the years, Splash Damage is releasing a patch that removes premium currency from the game, making all of those items purchasable with Dirty Bomb's regular, earnable currency instead. The patch will almost triple the rate at which players earn credits, in addition to converting any single unit of premium currency into roughly 20 regular credits. On top of that, the team is bringing back some popular in-game items that, for whatever reason, were no longer available, though the dev says in the patch notes that not every back catalog item has been brought back due to some unfortunate technical limitations. China announced that it approved dated new game releases in late December, signaling the first wave of media authorized by the Online Games Ethics Committee. However, the list of approved titles does not seem to include any releases from Chinese tech giant Tencent. This report comes a few weeks after Chinese regulators began reviewing games submitted under license consideration in China, moving forward to end the licensing freeze that had halted game approvals for the majority of 2018. As reported by Reuters, these approved titles, listed on the website of the State Administration of Press, Publication, Radio, Film and Television, did not include games from industrial leader Tencent. The freeze has negatively impacted the company, and despite mobile revenue on the rise, the company has lost more than $200 billion of its overall value. Tencent began testing facial recognition to verify player identities, and even restrict playtime in an attempt to appease the Online Games Ethics Committee, which was created to address concerns from Chinese officials who fear that video games are sparking addiction and impacting the productivity of the country's youth. Regulators have also prevented Tencent from monetizing popular games that were already on the market in China, including Fortnite and PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, for the past 3 years. A modder that goes by the name Xcodius has been trying to recreate the original The Legend of Zelda in June, and now he wants some help to get the job done.